Whoa, would you guys look at that? They released the TURLES info. What the heck? Oh crap, what? Damn it. All right, let's take a look at the animations. Let's take a look at the full unit details and let's see how good or whatever this character really is. Let's check it out. We're gonna watch the dub and then we'll watch the sub.
So Earth would be the planet that could bear the fruit of the tree.
Bro, what is with it? Is that is a nasty tan, dude. Ew. That bean was getting freaky with the swill. Okay.
地球が新生児の実を育てるのにもってこいの星だったとは。
Okay. I forget. Did he say anything? Hey, he doesn't say anything. All right. I have no opinion. I like the dub more because air gear. I will say the one animation that is kind of cool, like the whole animation set is pretty mid, but I do think that the shot of Earth, it kind of gives it a 3D effect where like the front, the closer stuff is like moving faster, and then the horizon is moving slower. That is a kind of a cool effect. But otherwise, yeah, pretty average animations, typical animations that you'd expect from a monthly Part 2 LR. So let me know what you guys think about that. The farmer's tan on Ricardo Diaz is crazy. That is a crazy shot. Like, does this not bother anybody else? Like, I understand. It just looks really bad. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at what the unit can do. And unfortunately, he does not lead Movie Boss. Instead, he leads Space Traveling Warriors Low Class Warrior. God. Well, that category is getting no love because there's surely not going to be any additional low class warrior upgrades besides maybe physical turles, but there's not enough for, yeah, whatever in the future maybe, but otherwise ugh. Okay, so let's wait, the numbers still look different. This is new. They're using new numbers. What was it always like that? All right, so now let's take a look at the super attack. Super attack greatly raises attack and raises defense for 1 turn. Okay, so it's not separated with a comma, so it is temporary. Cause colossal, greatly lowers attack and defense. I called it. I called that part. Let's go. And then for the 18 key, massively raises attack and raises defense for 1 turn. Causes mega colossal damage to the enemy. So neither super is permanently stacking. They are all temporary. That is okay. All right, now let's take a look at the passive. Activates entrance animation when there is another space traveling warriors or terrifying conquerors category ally on the team. Upon the character's entry, key +6 damage reduction 10% for 1 turn. What? Okay. Space traveling warriors or terrifying conquerors. Key plus allies, key +1 attack +20%, plus an additional key +1 and attack +30% for characters who also belong to planetary destruction for 4 turns. So let me take that real quick. Actually, yeah. I need to see something with this. These are all the characters that benefit from that part of the passive. They have the full buff, space traveling warriors, planetary destruction, terrifying conquerors, planetary destruction. These are your characters. You're looking at your Friezas, your Beerus, you got some Vegetas in there, you got some Coolers in there. You've got, yeah, that's pretty much it. Just those guys, okay? I need to know how I felt about that. Okay, so key +1 attack +50% basically for 4 turns for those guys. Basic effects, attack and defense plus 250, chance to crit and damage reduction 50%. This guy is a tech, right? Okay. So he is basically now rocking 50% damage reduction plus the 5 hit potential, which is a 10%. 55% chance to crit. When HP is 50% or more, guards all attacks. When receiving an attack, defense plus 300%. When attacking with 18 or more ki, attack plus 200%. Launches an additional super attack. For every super attack performed with 18 or more ki plus 3 up to 6. For every super attack performed with 18 or more ki. And since the first turn you'll have ki plus 6, that'll likely be the time that you do that, and then you can build this up, and this will basically act as a replacement for that. When attacking with 24 ki, attack plus 200%, chance to crit plus 20%. So your critical goes up to 70% with the 10% hit potential because you're base 5. So that brings your total to 73% chance to crit at 55%. For every super attack performed with 24 ki plus 3 up to 6. Okay. When the domain tree of might is active, receives an additional ki plus 2 per ki sphere obtained, recovers 5% ki per ki sphere obtained up to 50, attack plus 200% and chance to crit plus 30% when attacking. Guaranteed crit. You will have guaranteed crit. Guaranteed. Damage reduction 25% when receiving an attack. Wow. So your damage reduction goes up to 75% with guard. He doesn't look like a slot 1 unit. So considering he will launch a couple of supers before that happens, you'll also be building up some defense. You'll be dishing out some damage. This is looking pretty nice for a slot 2 character with the domain active especially. So let's see, how does the domain proc? We saw that over here. Domain, what? How do you activate the domain? Is it an active? Oh, active skill. Seed of the Tree of Might can be activated when HP is 50% or less, or when there is another space traveling warriors or terrifying conquerors ally attacking in the same turn, starting from the 3rd turn from the character's entry. Oh, it's only 3 turns. Well, that blows. Okay. But when that happens, space traveling warriors, terrifying conquerors, allies and enemies attack and defense plus 15%, plus an additional 10% attack and defense for characters who also belong to planetary destruction. Increase damage received by superclass enemies and allies by 10%. So you're looking at a 25%. So let's look at this little cross section here. Space traveling warriors, terrifying conquerors, planetary destruction. Oh, it's the same thing. It's the same. Yeah, I forgot. Okay. So it's these guys again. So that means this TURLES gets a lot more lethal. You'll likely be running him. He gets a lot more lethal. Now with his combo and his criticals, the damage increase, that's going to make this guy better. Obviously the metal cooler doesn't benefit from the full. Oh yeah, because he's not planetary destruction. Oh wow. So in terms of like relevant new characters, it's really just these two, but at least this guy's getting better, and then surely there'll be an easy A or 2 coming up. And actually, besides just physical TURLES, they could even upgrade these guys, which would be great. I really hope they do. So that pretty much is a rundown of this guy's kit. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Looks pretty good, actually. The only thing I don't like is that it's not going to be good for long form content because you'll lose a lot of his stuff after a few turns. Like 4 turns, you lose this. Tree of Might only lasts 3 turns. So let's just say, I don't know, turn 3 in battle, you pull this off, right? Or turn 4. You pull this. Oh, actually, wait, no, hold on. It's, yeah. Turn 3 or 4, typically you'll probably pull this off. That means turn 6, turn 7. Oh, of course. That's when you'll lose this. And then you won't have that, and you won't have this. And then, I mean, kind of just go back to normal. Yeah, you know what? I think he's actually going to be pretty good. Because this, the category that he's also fitting on, let's not forget, that is the main thing. Like, he's going to be fitting on TURLES' team, or Metal Cooler's team. Metal Cooler is going to be providing rotating defense. And so this guy's also going to be providing, you know, multi-turn attack. This actually helps give the Metal Cooler support a little bit more balance. I actually like this. It's not, I don't know if it's necessarily something where like it's worth pursuing because, you know, the Metal Cooler banner sucks. Obviously this banner is going to suck. So this isn't going to be something where like you guys must summon, but if you are someone who has been investing in movie bosses, then this will help flesh out the team more. So yeah, looks promising. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. As far as damage and everything, obviously the showcase will show us exactly what's going on. So with this guy dropping in a couple of days, look for the showcase of the day download will be dropping probably in 2 days. Yeah, probably 2 days. Maybe tomorrow. Nah, more like in 2 days. But before we wrap up, I just want to take a look quickly at these other two characters, because we know that this physical Turles very much should receive an EZA. If they so happen to give these two characters EZAs, that would actually be huge, because this would also further reinforce planetary destruction. This guy was actually a really good slot 1 upon first release. He has guard, he has damage reduction, he can raise defense, and he gets even more tanky when guard is activated. So he actually ended up being a pretty nice slot 1 unit. So if this guy were to get an EZA alongside the Turles, because that's when he released, that would be awesome. And then we got this guy. He was a slot 3, right? Slot 2 or 3, medium chance to crit, medium chance to dodge. Chance to dodge plus 10. Oh, self-excluded, attacking the same turn. So 50% chance to dodge and 30% chance to crit. So yeah, I think they could. I hope they do, actually. That would actually make part 2 more fun, I feel like, because we'd have another team to run. Like, imagine a team with what the hell's his name? God. Ricardo Diaz, this dude, Almond and Raisin. Cacao. Damn it. Imagine those two, plus Turles, plus Metal Cooler, plus Cooler. That's a pretty bonkers team right there. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like down below. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on the Tech LR Turles. Does it look remotely interesting to you? He seems pretty, in terms of like design, he doesn't seem very outstanding. Like, he looks like he's going to perform well, but he doesn't feel very interesting or unique. He's just kind of like, you know, he's good. He's cool. But let me know what you guys think. What do you think about the animations? What do you think about the character? What do you think about the future of Movie Boss? Are you investing in this team? Are you going to be summoning on the upcoming banner? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more content in the future and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know you're going to see more stuff. Do it. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned and ours, DBZ Dokkan responsibly.